This June 12th meeting to order. Employment Committee, at this time, would you like to have Mr. Crittenden, would you do our invocation for us?
Yes, ma'am. Let's all pray. Father, I want to thank you for this day you blessed us with. It's another opportunity to do your work and to do the good work for the people that we serve. Father, thank you for your many blessings. You watched care over us, your traveling grace this morning to get us here. Father, for the recent rains, we're just blessed beyond the words sometimes, Father, and I appreciate it so much. Go with us now through this meeting. Help us make good decisions for our people. Be with our administration. Be with the chairperson this morning. Father, be with our leaders of our governments. Help our young folks that are standing in harm's way this morning, Father. Protect them and watch over them. Help the conflict there to end soon and get them home quickly. Go with us now, Father, through this meeting. Help us do what's right for our people. Forgive us where we fail. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. Okay, Shelley, roll call.
Audra Connor.
Honey.
Bill England.
Here.
Bill John Baker.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Joe Crittenden.
Here.
Meredith Braley. Here. Dawn Garvin. Taylor King. Johnny Keener. Jackie Bob Martin. Kara Callan Watts.
Honey.
Phyllis Shargy.
Okay. Next will be the approval of minutes of the May 15th regular session.
No move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Next, you have in front of you your list of the tarot certifications.
Move for approval as recommended.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve as presented and a second. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Tarot certifications are approved. We'll move on to reports and career services and employment, and Ms. Kelly is not here today, so Mr. Ketcher will be presenting.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good morning, committee members. OCO. Ms. Kelly is in Pryor at the Pryor Industrial Park. She has a meeting with the industrial park representatives in regards to Gatorade and some of those other businesses that's going to be coming into Pryor in the next few weeks. And there'll be a number of jobs, we understand, with Gatorade that's coming in there. So she's there meeting with that group this morning, and she had that on her schedule, and she needed to stick with that to meet with that group there. So there'll be some jobs for not only our local Native Americans, but community members as well. So be some good employment opportunities there. Let me report on what we're doing with our summer youth employment program. Of course, we've been taking applications since late March, and we continue to take those applications today. So we have not discontinued that, even though we had a deadline of May the 4th. And of course, a lot of schools were not out until just recently, so I don't think our youth don't think about summer work until school's out. Then school was out, they lined up at our office doors and in our waiting areas. As of today, we have about 325 youth that are on the job, actually working, so in the 14 county area. Out of that number, we have 60 plus in our basic skills program, which are normally our 14 and 15-year-olds. And we have 6 basic skill sites where they are training in math and reading and social studies and English and those kind of things. Our goal for our basic skills is to increase their grade levels by at least 1 or by 2 grades between June and the end of the program, which this year is a 9-week program. So, and we're 90% plus success over the past years in that goal that we achieved. So it's a good program. And this year we're placing older youth other than the 14, 15-year-olds in that basic skills program due to low reading and low math scores. So we do have some 16 and 17-year-olds in the basic skills program. There, Tahlequah, for instance, we have in a morning and an afternoon class due to the number of youth that need basic skills. So we're doing the 14, 15-year-olds of a morning and the older youth in the afternoon here in Tahlequah. And likewise in Stillwell and Salisal. So we had a number of youth that tested low. If their test 8.9 grade level or lower, then we recommend that they attend the basic skills program for math and reading to improve their scores there. So that's what we do with our basic skills. They get paid while they're going to class as well as while they're on the job, so that will be happening. Probably all the committee members know that minimum wage rate will go up in July, which will affect us as well. So we're planning accordingly for that as far as budgeting for our youth payroll and other participant payroll as well as our staff. So that's what's happening in the summer youth program. Job fairs, we have one scheduled June the 28th. That's going to be at the Sequoia High School new gymnasium, and that's for the Cherokee Nation job fair. So we'll be doing that from about 9 to 6 that morning and that afternoon. So if you know anybody that's needing to talk to anybody about employment, that will be the place to go. That's June the 28th. June the 28th at the new gymnasium at Sequoia. Tarot, we have one activity coming up in Tarot, which is for staff, and it's a certification training, and it's 32 hours of required training, and that's with EEOC, the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. We're planning that training in September for staff to be certified and participate in that 32 hours of training. That will give them certification, which we already do anyway with our staff, in job discrimination charges, sexual discrimination, those kind of things that we have partnership with the EEOC office. So that's what we'll be doing in September, and it appears we're targeting the week of September the 17th. So that's our target date for that 32 hours of training, and we're looking at doing that training at the Cherokee Casino Resort in Catoosa. Other than that, I'll ask if there's any questions, comments. I'll be happy to try to entertain those.
Does anyone have any questions? You must have done a bang-up job.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ketcher. All right. Next up is our commerce with Ms. Anna Knight. Morning. Morning.
Is that the proper name?
Excuse me.
Oh, is there a new name?
No.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
No, I was born with that name, and I'll keep it till I...
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Don't tell him I said that. In the IDA program, we actually are having more luck getting participants. We enrolled 60 new participants this last month, and we had 2 adults graduate, 1 youth graduate. And so we're pleased about that. Right now we have 65 active participants in the program. The ICW seed participants, the kids that are in the seed savings program, they're going to be holding a fundraiser car wash to save money for their savings accounts, and it's going to be, oh no, I didn't write down the date. It's this month, and it's at AutoZone, and I'll send an email out to you guys. That way, if you are in town, you can go by and get your car washed and make a donation for these kids to put money in their savings. All the seed participants, Sequoia High School and ICW, they're going to be holding a 3-on-3 basketball tournament July 14th at Sequoia 2. So we're really pleased that the kids have taken such initiative to try to raise money to put in their savings accounts. We have had 2 kids that have graduated early from the seed program. They graduated high school, and 2 of them have passed their GED. So 3 of them have used their seed savings accounts for higher education, and the 4th one hasn't chosen what they're going to do with their money yet. So also the seed program was able to work with ICW, and we're bringing in a lady from Mile High United Way in Denver that works with foster children, and they actually have a seed program for foster kids, and she's going to come do some youth leadership training with our ICW workers to try to engage the kids more in that respect. So we've had a lot of activity there. On the housing and self-sufficiency counseling, the self-sufficiency counselors are teaching financial literacy to the summer youth kids, so we're partnering with Career Services on that. We had our first full home buyers education class in Sallisaw, and we had 13 attendees, and they basically were the community services, self-help housing participants is what they were. And they were all very pleased. They were surprised and pleased at how much they learned in the home buyers training class. So we thought that went really well. We've closed 1 more assumable loan in Sallisaw, so we have 3 people that have now gone through the Housing Authority's assumable mortgage program. We had our first family that completed the full self-sufficiency course and obtained a mortgage. So it probably took them 6 months to complete the program. They were able to raise their credit score by approximately 100 points, reduce their debt ratio, and were able to get a market rate loan. So we were very pleased with that. We have 2 more that have completed the program and are looking for loans in the Claremore area. And let's see. So right now in the self-sufficiency counseling, there are 122 clients that the counselors are working with. And credit scores are the biggest issue that these people are dealing with, trying to increase their credit scores. Right now the average credit score is 526. They need a 750 to get a market rate mortgage. So we're also, the self-sufficiency counselors are also working with the Housing Authority with the delinquent Title VI clients and the mutual help clients, trying to do budget counseling and get these people back on track and current with their mortgages. Let's see, on the youth financial literacy, the good news there is that the state of Oklahoma passed a law, and now financial literacy is going to be required of high school graduates. So that's good news, and I like to think that we played some part in that. Our seed kids went up to the Capitol several times and gave testimony talking about the benefits of financial education. We've in our partnerships with the Boys and Girls Clubs, we've had 2 of them have turned in their reports. In Tahlequah, 502 students went through the financial education class last year, and in Sequoia County it was 476 students, and they've increased their financial literacy skills by approximately 30%. On the Small Business Assistance Center, we didn't have any loans this month. We've just been holding a series of workshops. We were able to get 12 participants through the business planning class. We kept 100% of them, which was very exciting because we've had a lot of issues with trying to get people to complete they completed the class and they haven't done any of the business plans yet. We're also working on developing a website strictly for small business assistants and to market our programs and to provide online resources. And I had mentioned before that we had an outside consultant. We were awarded a technical assistance grant. It wasn't necessarily money, but it was actually the technical assistance through the SBA. And so they're coming in August to try to help us streamline our processes and penetrate our market to try to get more people involved in these micro-enterprise programs. In tourism, we went into 3 communities last fall, and we've gone to 5 communities this month conducting workshops on tourism as an economic development tool, and all of them seem fairly positive about the thought of developing tourism within their area. The 5 recent ones that we went to, 3 of them were second visits, and that was in Dry Creek, Marble City, and Tailholt. And so we're actually working with these communities now to analyze the assets that they have and start developing a tourism plan for their community. So we'll be helping them with that. What they want most is help with seeking funding outside the government and within the Cherokee Nation, developing websites and marketing themselves. So just last night, Travis was in Marble City, and they were very excited. They want to develop their website. And they also are going to develop put a booth together. We're offering all these communities that we're working with an opportunity to set up a community booth at the holiday. No charge. Probably do it west of the complex and give them an opportunity to sell items from their community members, food items, arts and crafts. We would want them to be kind of cultural items, and also to promote their community with different backboards and brochures and stuff, so we're going to help them. The only community we've approached so far has been Marble City, and they're very excited. So over the next couple of months, we'll be approaching more communities. And if you guys have any communities that would be interested in that, we think it'd be very nice if over west of the complex we just had groups of communities that were making money and marketing themselves for tourism. If you haven't looked at our tourism website lately, CherokeeNationTravel.com, in the next month or so, we're going to be showcasing Cherokee communities on the website and some of the cultural sites. So check that out every once in a while. On the holiday, too, we held the traditional games in Kansas, and there was about 110 people there, so that was a good turnout. The games we held in Rogers County, we had about 25 people there. It seems we had some conflicts with the dates. So I'll let Alice come up and give you the one-stop report. Alice is now the permanent employee at the one-stop center, so she's not just filling in anymore. And she'll present her report on there. We're also going to be putting articles out that you'll see in the Phoenix asking for Indian business owners to give us information about their business. We're going to create work in partnership with Taro to create a directory. But what we really want is a database of Indian-owned businesses that will then start marketing the Taro program to it and some of our small loan programs, trying to identify some of the needs of the Cherokee-owned businesses. So when you see that come out, that's what that's about. Are there any questions for me?
Have any questions? Yes, Ms.
On the tourism planning, who do they contact?
Travis Owens,
Okay.
and they can reach him through 453-5536.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. First of all, I want to apologize if you did not receive this by email in time to review it. I received some of the data late yesterday afternoon before 5, so the report was completed this morning. There's also some changes on page 3 with Cherokee Nation. We took the contracts section out because all of the reports are done within the whole unit. So it's just now going to be Cherokee Nation Acquisition Management. And we felt like it would report a truer aspect to you in that manner. Most of them all look good. There was some others reported for C&I, Construction Management, which was telephone and temporary power. And then also through Housing Authority, which was intergovernmental and Indian tenant living on the same project as the laundry facilities. So, and that's about all I have. Yes, ma'am?
Anyone have any questions? Can you clarify for me what that means is the same laundry facilities? Because I read that earlier. Is that section
I'm not really sure, honey. I've not been over there to see what, that's just the note that they had in there for other.
Could you clarify what that
But I
means
will
from a
get
federal
with them.
perspective?
I will call and ask and see if they can give me a better description and get that email to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Do I have anything else?
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll move on to CNE's Tarot, Sean Slayton.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, not much has changed from last night on the construction projects. At West Siloam, the original plan for that facility was to have the maintenance and the heat and air and things like that, just like Catoosa. I think the decision has been reached to try to go to a central plant at that location, and so there's going to be some review of the budget and probably some shifting of dollars to make sure that we can stay within the allocation that we've had and still include a central plant there. If we ever put a hotel in at that location, and we would like to do that, that will be a benefit to that particular facility. There will be a central plant with the new Catoosa expansion with the hotel and tower. That will be on the north side of the complex out by the parking garage. So there's some innovation about how to get it from there all the way across the building to the new tower and all the facilities on the south side. But I don't really have anything more to report. Things seem to be going along fairly smoothly at this point, with the exception of the travel plaza. We're trying to wind that up with ARC this week and come to some sort of resolution and get them off the job site.
Mr. Anglin, you have a question?
Sean, what is under the Catoosa expansion NA for Plain Cove? Why is that not applicable, or is it not available, or why is that?
Probably what that means is they haven't, of the subs that they're paying, because we contract to them, they pay the subs, and we pay Flint Cove. They probably haven't reported what their percentages are. They will do that. They had a meeting last week trying to get some of the paperwork together.
Thank you.
The expansion at Fort Gibson right now is being reviewed. Temporary solution, if you've gone by that property, is that we added an additional mod there. We put 100 games in. We've put some money in to try to clean up the air quality within both of the facilities, and that is scheduled to open July 1st, so that should be a big bump for us. The Tahlequah project here, fixing that little patch, has been a challenge. The compaction tests just haven't come back. We tried to use a smaller vendor for that, and apparently didn't have, what I'm told is he didn't have access to some of the equipment that he really needed to compact that. So there's been several digging up and compacting again to try to get it right. And I haven't heard the status of that, but that's going to get there. Any other questions?
Do I have anything else? Ms. Watts? Can you take this back? Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Steve with CNI Tarot. Come on up, Mr. Darren Water.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thanks for having us here. Brian's at a doctor's appointment, so he couldn't make it. He apologizes again. Our report's pretty much the same from last month, other than the Muskogee project. We bumped it up to 62%. The gym is now 100%. We've received a certificate of occupancy from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which is a permanent one now, and that is a big goal, big step. So it's now done. We're actually closing out the money. We're very close to having a better cost. I think it's going to be a savings from what we estimated at. It's going to be less than. So we'll see some cut down. We're also meeting with the architect engineer this week, and we're probably going to start talking about some return from them, some back charges. The Muskogee clinic, as I said, is at 62%. We're going good on our schedule. I've got another project superintendent over there. We're working 12 hours a day, 7 days per week. And as soon as we get it closed in, with just a matter of a few more glasses and get the HVAC system turned on, we may even go with longer shifts in the evenings. And we've also even thought about 24 hours, 7 days per week if we need to do that. But right now we're on schedule and we're doing very good. We've also increased our percentage of native the Americans on site, which is 30%. What we started doing is really hitting our subs with hire the Cherokees and outside tribes and so forth. The No Water Clinic, it's on schedule for July for right now. The total cost is under budget right there. Salisol we should have done by the end of this month. Is there any questions?
Yes.
It seems like the numbers on the Muskogee clinic, because there's a lot of concerns expressed because it wasn't awarded to a tarot vendor.
Yes, ma'am.
And when Brian Mr. Collins was reporting at one point, he said that that's why we started tracking number of Cherokees or Indian people employed. Well, it seems like that number may have gone down too. Didn't bring last month's report, but it's reporting at 30% for Indian employment and 2% for tarot. So what kind of actions can we take? Is there anything remaining?
There's not a lot remaining, but we thought our dirt work contractor that came in for the finished dirt, we thought, which was a large contract, and would have jumped that percentage up quite a bit. It was APCO. And we thought the second go-around their application was going to be actually approved, and we just found out today that they're going to get their notice that's not approved. And they employ a lot of Cherokees. So that number's going to go up quite a bit as they completely man the project 100%. We're still trying. I mean, we're going out there and seeking. We've got the tarot listing. I've got a young man in the office that's actually making phone calls to every single person that's on that tarot list and any contract that we've got, and ask them to please take a look at it. We're trying to work through the offices here and through the different. I mean, we're even trying to give them the drawings out of our offices to help them do the quotes. So we are trying. They're just large contracts and they're fast track, and they just don't have the opportunity there. If this job had been to where we could have spread it out farther and I could have broken the contracts down like we've done on past projects, I could have done that. But I can't meet both.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right. Under old business, we have none. New business, we have none. Announcements, next meeting date is Tuesday, July 17th at 10 o'clock. Does anyone have any other announcements?
Motion adjourned, Madam Chair.
We have a motion to adjourn and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Time to spare.